This Family Life News podcast is made possible by the support of listeners like you.
In just 11 days, Donald Trump will become America's 47th president, and that has many wondering, what does it mean for the Middle East? Matthew Faraci with the group Gideon 300 talks to Family Life News about Mideast policy in the second Trump term.
Matthew, I know that you are constantly watching the Middle East for not only peace and war, but also the faith issues that are there. As we move into the new year, a new presidency, new opportunities in Gaza, in Israel, in the other nations there, what are you anticipating will be the big issues? What movement will happen as these transitions take place in the United States, and how does that play into the Middle East?
The first thing, Greg, I think you're going to see, as a Jewish organization, we work with so many Christian groups, and what we see is that first of all, it's amazing to see the support from Christians all around the world. There's a wonderful guy named Josh Weinstein in Jerusalem, and he runs something called the Christian Allies Caucus, and it's essentially an organization of Christian legislators from all around the world. I think more than 50 countries that get together to support Israel. So you have this incredible world situation where you have this new administration coming, and you have just this group of amazing Christians who not only support Israel, but are also rightly standing up for persecuted Christians in the Middle East. What does that look like? Well, first of all, I just want to encourage your listeners that just because we have a new administration doesn't mean the problem is solved. What it means is that people now have the opportunity to get involved, and their involvement will be leveled up by the conditions that will be created by this new administration. I think you're going to actually see a lot of things take place. First of all, Israel finally takes sovereignty for security reasons over Judea and Samaria, which is falsely known as the West Bank by the left and the globalists. This is the area where the Bible actually took place. And yet, if you can believe it, it's still not considered part of Israel. Yet this is the Israel that we know from Joshua, from David, from Moses, from all the greats in the Bible from the ancient days. This is where Israel took place. So I think you're going to see that. I think you're going to see an expansion of the Abraham Accords and those Arab countries in the Middle East that are looking to actually do good for their people. They're going to benefit. And then the other thing I think you're going to see is the bad actors, the ones who are trying to sow death and destruction, Greg, most notably Iran. I think you're going to see consequences and maybe even a change in regime in Iran from this oppressive Islamic extremist dictatorship to one where the people of Iran actually get to choose their leaders and have a modern society like they used to have a modern society under the Shah. So I think you're going to see a situation where the Middle East could be fundamentally transformed. And we know that because President Trump did an incredible job in his first term, not just for the sake of Israel, but for the sake of the benefit of the prosperity of people all over the Middle East. And he's had 4 years to think about it, and a situation that we've seen that's gotten so much worse, that is so unnecessary. He's completely right that if he had been in office, October 7th would not have taken place. And God's people have the opportunity to get really involved now and bless Israel and bless America at the same time.
That is Matthew Faraci with the group Gideon 300.
Thank you for listening to this Family Life News podcast. If you've been encouraged by what you've heard, please share it with others and click the subscribe button to automatically receive future episodes. Family Life is a listener-supported ministry. Podcasts like this are made possible by your financial partnership. Find out more at familylife.org.